Alright, so in this video we are going to start talking about classes and objects. When we start talking about classes and objects, now we're talking about what we call object-oriented programming, so OOP. Okay, OOP, or object-oriented program, allows us to compartmentalize our code, allows us to create smaller pieces of code called object or classes that interact with other classes, making our applications more flexible, easy to maintain, and scalable. Okay, but let's digress here. Let's talk about the foundation here of object-oriented programming, which is classes. So what is a class? Well, a class is the blueprint of what we call an object. So think of a class as a blueprint of an object. So in order to create objects, we need to have classes. So a class allows us to create some sort of a blueprint. Think of an architect when he wants to build a house or a building. He needs to have a blueprint of what the building is going to be or is going to look like. Okay? So the idea with a blueprint is that you can have a blueprint of a home, and then you take that blueprint and give it to a constructor who will then build a house. Okay, so in our case here, a blueprint for an architect is what we call a class. Okay, it's something that we can then take it and create different kinds of homes or objects, but all coming from that one blueprint. So for instance, if we think of a cup, a real world cup, right? A cup that you put coffee and drink or water. Well, a cup has what they call a state, right? So a cup could have properties such as color, thickness, capacity. Those are properties of our cup. Okay. That's the main fundamental idea when we talk about classes and objects. So you need classes in order to create objects, right? And we'll see this in code in a second here. All right, I'll see you in a bit.